करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः। नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नयता प्रणतास्मताम्। With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we started this series of lectures on LALITHA SAHASRANAMA 2 weeks ago, and we are now on shloka number 14. Mami, 14 மாத்திரம் சொல்லிடுங்க. இப்போ 14 மாத்திரம் சொல்லிடுங்க, அப்புறம் 15 16 சொல்லிக்கலாம்.
कामेश्वर प्रेम रत्न मणि प्रदीपनस्तनी नाभ्यालवाल रोमाली लता फल कुचध्वयी.
Now we have been having the description of Devi's form from head to foot. Before that, we had the functions of the Panchakrityas, the three Krityas, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara. Then the remaining two Krityas are being expanded in the further slokas. All that we have been seeing. Then we started with the description on head to foot. Now we are, these two slokas, this and the next one, are having Sringara Rasa. After all, Lalita Devi is known for Sringara. Lalita itself is Saundaryam, Sringaram. We have seen all that right at the beginning. So these two slokas are concentrated on the Sringara Rasa. Kameshwara Premaratna Mani Pratipanasthani. That means Kameshwara, having love towards Parvati, it is like a Prema Ratna. It is a jewel. It is so valuable. To get Kameshwara's Prema is not a joke. So that is why he is calling it as a jewel, Prema Ratna. And Pratipana means in exchange. If you buy something, you give something, you give some money in exchange. So Pratipana is exchange. So Devi's bosom is the exchange for his invaluable love. Nabhyalavala Romali Lata Phala Kuchadvayi. Now here there is an imagination of the poet describing the Nabhi and the Roma on the top of that. Nabhi is the navel. Alavala is like a basin for the plant at the bottom. There is a trench where water is stored for watering the plant. So that is called Alavala. So Nabhi Alavala, Nabhi is like a trench, water storing trench. And Roma Ali, there is a row of hair on top of that Nabhi. Very, very subtle, you don't see that. And Lata Phala Kuchadvayi, then that on the top of that, rows of hair is like a lata, is like a creeper. There is a bottom trench, water-filled trench. Then there is a creeper, which are the hair, and there is a fruit. Phala Kuchadvayi, the two breasts or the fruits. That is how he is describing. These are all imaginary descriptions of the poet. You find similar descriptions in various stotras of Devi, like Mokha Panchashati, like Saundarya also. Next, we go to the next.
Mummy?
Okay. Laksharo Malatadharata Samunneya Madhyama स्तनभारदलन्मध्ये पट्टबन्धवलित्रया अरुणारुणकौसुम्भ वस्त्रभास्वत्कटीतटी रत्नकिङ्किणिकारम्य रसना दामभूषिता Lakshya Romalata Dharata Samunneya Madhyamam. Now we talked about the creeper, which is the hair, which is coming above the navel. We saw that last sloka. Now that is visible, he says, Lakshya. This Romalata is visible, but there is a foundation for it, isn't it? Every plant has got a foundation, has got a base. Now what is the base? Adhara. Lakshya Romalata Adharata. Now that Adharata is not seen. It is only to be guessed. Samunneya. Samunneya means to be guessed, to be deduced. That is Madhyama. That is the waist part. The waist is so tiny for women. It is so beautiful. Tiny waist is described as holding, giving the support for a creeper. That is the hair. Tanabharadalan madhya pattabandha valitraya. Now this waist is so tiny, how can it carry the weight of the heavy bosom? So it starts collapsing. Dalan means it starts collapsing. Now prevent the waist from collapsing, pattabandha valitraya. Vali means the fold of the skin. It looks like a rekha. It looks like a mark. The vali. There are three valis. Now we have seen before in Saundarya Lahari also similar description that for superior women and superior men, you find this type of three folds of skin in forehead, in neck, and in waist area. This is given in Samudrika Lakshana. Forehead, neck, and waist area, you find three lines for superior men and superior women. So we are now talking about the three lines in the waist area for Devi. Now that looks like a belt. Pattabandha Valitraya, those three lines, those three folds of skin look like a belt which has been put there for holding the waist in shape so that it doesn't collapse. To support the waist, a belt has been used. Now you find similar description in Saundarya Lahari also. Nisarga Kshinasya Stanatadabhare Naklamajusho Naman Murtehe Nari Tilaka Sanakay Sutyata Iva Chiram Te Madhyasya Trutita Tatini Tirataruna Samavasthasthemno Bhavatu Kushalam Shailatanaye. Nisarga Kshinasya. The waist is by nature very emaciated, very thin. And because of the weight of the bosom, it looks as if it is collapsing. And for that, he says, let it not collapse. Now there is a prayer. Bhavatu Kushalam. Because he says, this is like a tree on the bank of a river, and the river is in spate, and the tree may get uprooted. This is the situation now. Samavasthas no. Let it not happen. So, bhavatu kushalam. So, like that, this kind of idea has been mentioned in Saundarya Lahari also. Then we have Aruna Kausumbha Vastra Bhaswati Katitati. Katitati is the area of the waist. Area of the waist and the hip. That is Katitati. Bhaswati. Now that area is shining because of the shining dress. Aruna Kausumbha Vastra. It is a red colored, all about Devi is all red color, we have seen before. It is red colored like Aruna, like the rising sun. Aruna. It is red colored like the rising sun, and it is Kausambha Vastra means it is a tinted, red colored tinted cloth. Generally, it is interpreted as silk cloth, though Kausambha does not mean silk. Kausambha only means tinted. But generally, it is interpreted as silk cloth, red colored silk cloth. And because of that, her shine in the waist area, in the hip area, is even more. Astra bhasvate kati. Ratna kinkinika ramya rashana dama bhushita. Then there is a waistband, Vodyanam. Now that waistband is being described. It is very enchanting. She is decorated, he says, Bhushita. It is like an ornament. It is not just a waistband. It is like an ornament. It is, Rashana is the girdle or the waistband. Dama is like a rope. It is going round. Ratna Kinkanika Ramya. It's very enchanting because of the kinkinis, because of the tiny bells. Those jingling tiny bells, gem-studded bells, jeweled bells, they add to the beauty of this waistband. Rashana Dama Bhushita. Laksharo Malatadharata Samunneya Madhyama Sanabharadalan Madhya Pattabandha Valitraya Aruna Kausumbha Vastrabhasvat Katitati Ratna Kinkanika Ramya Rashana Dama Bhushita. Next.
कामेश ज्ञात सौभाग्य मार्दवोरुद्वयान्विता माणिक्य मुकुटाकार जानुद्वय विराजिता इंद्रगोप परिक्षिप्त स्मरतूणा भजंगिका ऊटगुल्फ कूर्म पृष्ठ जैष्णु प्रपदान्विता
Kamesha Jnata Saubhagya Marda Oru Dvayanvita. Now the subject is Uru, Marda Uru Dvaya. Uru is the thighs, the two thighs, Dvaya, Uru Dvaya. Two thighs known only to Kameshwara, Kamesha Jnata, because nobody else is going to see. Kamesha Jnata Saubhagya. Very beautiful and very smooth. Marda means Mridu, very smooth. Manikya Mukutakara Janudvaya Virajita. Janu is the knee joint. The two knees, he is describing it as two crowns, ruby studded crowns. Manikya Mukutakara Janudvaya Virajita, like a ruby studded crown, because it's sort of projecting out, slightly, the knees. So he is describing it as a crown for the legs. Two knees looking like ruby studded crowns. Indragopa parikshipta smaratuna bhajanghika. Next he is talking about the jangha. Jangha is the shank, the calf, the legs. Mara is Manmata. Tuna is the quiver where he holds the arrows. Tuna abha, shining like the quiver of Manmatha, and he is giving further. Indragopa parikshipta. Indragopas are rainy time insects. In rainy season, you find some insects which are shining with a glow, with a special glow. So that is why he is describing this legs. Indragopa parikshipta. Parikshipta means strewn, scattered, as if the Indragopa insects are scattered or strewn. That is the shine of the Jangha. Guda Gulpha, it is not Gulbha, it is Gulpha. That is second Pha. Pha, second. Guda Gulpha, Kurma Prishtha, Jayushnu Prapadanvita. Guda Gulpha is the ankle. Gudha means it is hidden. It is hidden because of the dress. That is what he is saying. But that's not a very appropriate meaning. So poets have interpreted that this only means huge ankle. That is heavy ankle, large ankle. Like that they have interpreted. Kurma Prishtha Jayushnu Prapadanvita. This is a common description of the Prapada. Prapada means the upper part of the foot. Upper part of the foot is beautifully curved like a tortoise, like the back of the tortoise. Kurma Prishtha. Kurma Prishtha Jayushnu. That means it defeats, it conquers the back of the tortoise. That means it is much more beautiful. Because I cannot find a proper example, I am giving Kurma Prishtha as an example. That is what he means. Kurma Prishtha Jayushnu. It defeats Kurma Prishtha, the back of the tortoise. That is the upper part of the foot. Now, same thing is being described beautifully in Saundara Lahari in a different manner. He says, Padam te kirtinam prapadam apadam devi vipadam katham neetam sadbhihi kathina kamathi karparatulam katham va bahubhyam upayamana kale purabhida yada dayanyastam drishadi dayamanena manasa. So your foot, the upper part of the foot, is the abode of all fame, kirtinam prapadam. Apadam Devi Vipadam. It never allows any danger to come anywhere near the devotee. Because once you worship the feet, you are sure that you will get all fame, all auspiciousness, and all dangers will go away. That is what he says first. Then he says, such a beautiful prapada, how has it been compared to the tortoise, the upper part of the tortoise? It is so hard, whereas this is so smooth, whereas this is so. What happened to the poets? Why did they make such a mistake? Katham netam sadbhihi kathina kamati karparatulam. How did they do this? Then, second question he is asking, how did Shiva take this foot and place it on a hard surface, hard rock during the marriage? During the marriage, you place the foot on the grinding stone as part of the rituals. We all know it. So he says, how did he manage to do that? After all, Shiva is known for compassion, dayamanena manasa. So when he is known for compassion, how did he manage to do this? This is a beautiful way of describing the beauty of the upper part of the foot. कामेश ज्ञात सौभाग्यमार्दवो रुद्वयान्विता माणिक्य मकुटाकार जानुद्वय विराजिता इंद्रगोप परिक्षिप्त स्मरतो नाभजंघिका गूढ़ गुल्फा कूर्म पृष्ठ जयुष्णु प्रपदान्विता.
नखदीदिति सज्जन नमज्जन तमो गुणा पदद्वय प्रभाजाल पराकृत सरोरुहा सिंजान मणिमंजीर मंडित श्रीपदाम्बुजा मराली मंदगमना महालावण्य सेवधिः.
Nakhadidhiti sanchanna namajjana tamoguna. Now he is coming to the radiance of the foot nails. Nakhadidhiti, radiance of the foot nails. Sanchanna, it goes and removes. What it removes? Namajjana tamoguna. The tamoguna of the worshippers, the people who worship, the tamoguna, the darkness. Tamoguna is always linked with darkness and Sattvaguna is linked with light. So, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, we say, that is why, from Ajnana to Jnana. So, this darkness, which is Ajnana, is being removed by the very beautiful shine of the foot nail. Sanchana means it removes. Padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruha. About the foot nails, there is a beautiful shloka in Padma Purana. Charanau Padma Sankashau Asya Swachana Khojvalau. The feet are like lotus and the foot nails are shining so beautifully. Sura Suranam Namatam Kirita Manikantibhihi Vichitra Varnair Hasyanti Swachayam Pratibimbitaihi. When Suras and Asuras, Devas and Asuras, when they prostrate, their crowns, which are gem-studded, they get reflected in the nail. So polished, beautifully polished nails, white nails. Kirita Mani Kantibhihi. They get reflected there. Vichitra Varnaihi, because they are all different colors, the gems in the crowns. So it looks as if it is very beautiful. So then what happens? Praveshyana Shayushyanti Tesham Hardam Tamogunam. Those who prostrate, those who worship, their Tamoguna is being destroyed by the reflected shine of the multicolored reflected shine of the crowns. of those who worship. That is what Padma Purana describes nicely. Now, about the feet, Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha. Saroruha is lotus. Lotus is defeated, Parakrita, by Prabhajala, the widely dispersed radiance. Prabhajala means like a net, it disperses widely from the 2 feet, Padadvaya. Now, feet being compared with lotus is a very common thing. Every poet does it. Now, there is a grantha called Sripada Saptati of Narayana Bhattatri, where he has written 70 verses on the beauty of Devi's feet, only feet. Like we have 100 slokas on Padaravinda Shatakam in Mukha Panchakati, he has written a separate grantha of 70 slokas. The same author who wrote Narayaniyam, he wrote this Sripada Saptati. There he says, Ghoram Pada Sahasrakam Prakatayan Ashasu Bhasam Patihi Dvantam no Punarantaram Samayatam Shaknoti Shailatmaje. He is starting with description of Surya, Bhasam Patihi. He says, by thousands of rays which are emanated from Surya in all directions, he removes darkness, no doubt about it. Dvantam no punarantaram samayatam shaknoti shailatmaje. But those rays of sun are incapable of removing the darkness which is in my mind internally. They are capable of removing darkness in every corner, no doubt about it. Ashasu. But it is incapable of removing antaram dhantam, internal darkness. So he says, Svatpadadvitayena komalatareena anena chetasprusha jantunam bahirantaraandha tamasam krintasyanantam shive. Tatpada because of your feet, by the grace of your 2 feet, Komala Tarena, extremely soft, those 2 feet. The point is very beautifully he is making. Those feet are extremely soft, extremely gentle, but they go inside. The rays from those feet go inside all the jantus, all the living beings, and remove the external darkness as well as the internal darkness. Bahihi anta andhatamasam. Andhatamasam. Dense darkness. Even the dense darkness gets removed, internal as well as outside. Internal means mental. Krintasi, anantam, endless darkness. Even then it gets removed. That is the beauty of the feet. Sinjana Mani Manjira Mandita Shri Padambuja. Now the lotus feet are decorated by anklets. Manjira is anklet. Sinjana Mani Manjira. Again, like the waistband, here also there are tiny bells. They make sounds. They are gem-studded, weld, and they make beautiful tinkling sound. Tiny bells making tinkling sound. Marali Mandagamana Mahalavanya Sevati. Marali Mandagamana. Marali means a female swan. Like a female swan, Annapakshi, like that. She is having a very gentle gait. Marali Mandagamana. Beautiful, gentle gait. That is compared with a female swan. Now, the same thing is there in Saundara Lahari, but there he is giving a beautiful twist to that. He says, Padanyasa Krida Parichayamivarabdhu Manasaha Kalantasте Khelam Bhavana Kalahamsa Najahati Atastesham Shiksham Subhagamani Manjira Ranita Chalati Achakshanam Charana Kamalam Charucharite. He says, the Bhavana Kalahamsa, the Hamsa Pakshis in the mansion of Devi, they want to learn this gentle gait from Devi. They want to get the Shiksha. So they try and they fail. Kalantaha, they keep failing, but they don't drop their attempt. They keep repeating. Now, taking pity on those fans, what Devi does is she makes beautiful sounds from this Sindana Mani Manjira we saw, na? That Manjira, those anklets, they make beautiful sounds, and those sounds look as if they are teaching the swans about the intricacies of the gate, beautiful gate. That is what he says. Atas Tesham Shiksham. Salat, by it looks as if they are making ordinary sounds, but actually they are interested in teaching them. That is why it is a chala, it is kapata, it is by deception. Achakshanam Saranakamalam Charucharite Mahalavanya Shevadhi. Shevadhi means treasure, great beauty, Mahalavanya, treasure of great beauty. Now, that is also there in Saundarya Lahari. Today, I think we are somehow going back to Saundarya Lahari again and again because we went through it recently, maybe. Tadiyam Saundaryam Tuhina Girikanye Tolayitum Kavindra Kalpante Kathamapi Virinchi Prabhritayaha Yada Loko Tukya Damara Lalana Yanti Manasa Tapobhir Dushprapamapi Girisha Sayujya Padavim. There also he is giving a beautiful twist for the beauty of Devi. He says, Virinchi Prabhratayaha, even Brahma and other devas, they are unable to give a parallel to your beauty. They look for various parallels, but they fail. They cannot. So, the beauty is so great that even Devaloka Apsara Stris, even Amara Lalana, even they want to enjoy the beauty of Devi. They want to see and enjoy the beauty of Devi. They are not able to see because to have darshan of Devi at close quarters so that you can enjoy the beauty is not possible for them. It is possible only for Shiva. That has been mentioned in another sloka also, that Devi's beauty is available only to Shiva. For all the rest, it is from a distance. They cannot enjoy the beauty. So these Apsara what did they decide? They decide they should get union with Shiva. Once you get union with Shiva, Girisha Sayujya Padavim, once you get union with Shiva, you will be able to see the beauty of, that is, women enjoying the beauty of women is not common. That is what the commentator says there. So, but here, even the Apsara is known for beauty or keen on enjoying the beauty of Devi. That is so much beautiful. Saundaryam, Tadiyam Saundaryam. That's what he says here. Mahalavanya Shevadhi, treasure of great beauty. Nakhadi dhiti sanchanna namajjana tamoguna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruha Sinjana mani manjira mandita Shri Padambuja. Shri Padambuja, the glorious feet. The lotus feet, beautiful, glorious lotus feet. Marali Mandagamana Mahalavanya Shevadhihi. Next.
Mommy got disconnected, it seems.
Are we disconnected?
Yeah, I don't see her, Mama.
Okay.
She's there.
सर्वारुण अनवद्यांगी सर्वाभरण भूषिता शिवकामेश्वराङ्कस्था शिव स्वाधीन वल्लभा सुमेरुमध्य शृङ्गस्था श्रीमन्नगरनायिका चिन्तामणिग्रहान्तस्था पञ्चब्रह्मासनस्थिता.
Sarvaruna, the very first name is Sarvaruna. That means all about Devi is red colored, rose red colored. All about Devi. Her ornament, her form, her appearance, her flowers, everything. Her dress, her ornaments, her flowers, the radiance of her form, everything is red colored. Sarvaruna. Now, even Saundarya Lahari talks about this. There is a sloka where he says, he is describing Devi as Aruna. Karuna Kachid Aruna, he says. Karuna Kachid Aruna. So there also, there are another sloka also. Now I want to go to Ananda Sagara Stavam of Nilakantha Dikshitar. Nilakantha Dikshitar has authored this Ananda Sagara Stavam on Meenakshi of Madurai. More than 100 slokas. There he says about this Sarvaruna, he is also bringing that concept there beautifully. Pratyagra kunkumarasa kalitangaragam pratyangadatta manibhushana jalaramyam tambula purita mukham tarunendu chudam sarvarunam kimapi vastu mamavirastu. Sarvarunam, it is all red colored, completely red colored. Kimapi vastu, some vastu which I cannot describe, some object beyond description. Mama avirastu, let that object come in front of me, let her manifest in front of me. Now, what is the description? Pratyagra kunkumarasa kalitanga ragam. She is having kunkumarasa all over her body. That means it doesn't mean that she has applied kunkuma all over her body. It looks as if that is the beauty of her natural color. Pratyagra kunkumarasa kalitang. It is like angaragam. It is like as if she has applied all over the body. Pratyangadatta manibhushana jalaramyam. And every pratyanga, everywhere, all over her body, she is having some ornament or the other. And they are all jeweled ornaments. And they are all having red color again. Jalaramyam. Tambula purita mukham tarunendu chudam. Then in her mouth she is having tambula, which is red color. The tambula purita mukhi comes frequently in all descriptions of Devi. We have seen that Viti rasa, earlier also we saw Karpura, Vitika, etc. we saw. Tambula purita mukham tarunendu chudam. And she is having the moon on top of her head. That is also Tarunendu, Bala Chandra, red colored Chandra. Sarvarunam kimapi vastu mamavirastu. That is Sarvaruna. Anavadyangi. Anavadyangi means you cannot find any blemish in her limbs. Limbs free from blemish, faultless. Well, that doesn't have to be said. Sarvabharana bhushita, decorated by all types of ornaments. Now, just now we saw Nilakantha Diksha saying, Pratyangadatta Manibhushana Jalaramyam. So, all imaginable ornaments are there on Devi's form. Now, there is a commentary on this which says, where do you find the list of these ornaments? Yes, you find in Kalika Puranam, there are 40 jewels mentioned for Devi, 40 jewels, 40 ornaments. And there is a Parashurama Kalpa Sutram. There also, it gives even more ornaments. All details of Devi's ornaments are available in these granthas. Then from Sarvabharana Bhushita, then from Shivakameswarankastha onwards, there is a description of Sripuram, where Devi resides, the residence of Devi. Shiva Kameshwarankastha Shiva Swadhina Vallabha. There, in that Sripuram, in that inside the Chintamani Griha, where she is seated on the left lap of Shiva Kameshwara. Shiva Kameshwara Ankastha. Anka is lap. She is sitting on the left lap. Now here, there is a lot of commentary on this Shiva Kameshwara Ankastha. Kameshwara. Kameshwara means very handsome Ishvara. Not only that, Kameshwara can also mean he is desirous of creating the universe so that he can give blessing to the jivas. He can bless the jivas. For that he wants to create the universe. That is his desire. This is there in Veda also. Akamayata, he says. That is why he says. Then, another meaning of Kameshwara is he is capable of taking any form. Of course, that goes without saying. Then another meaning of Kameshwara is he is the Deva of knowledge, Jnana, because Jnana Mitchet Maheshwara. So he is the Deva of Jnana. Kama also means Jnana. One of the meanings of Kama is Jnana. So Shiva Kameshwarankastha. Shiva. Now again, for Shiva, there are a lot of meanings given by commentators. The most obvious meaning is she is the consort of Parameshwara and she is full of auspiciousness. These are the two meanings normally we give. She full of auspiciousness, full of auspicious qualities, and she confers auspiciousness on the devotees. So full of auspiciousness is one thing, and blesses devotees with auspiciousness is another thing. So these two are covered. Then the third one is the consort of Shiva. She is non-different from Shiva. Consort of Shiva does not mean she is non-different. Now the beautiful interpretation is Shiva does not mean consort of Shiva, wife of Shiva. No, it means she is non-different from Shiva. Shiva is no different from her. This is beautifully said in Linga Puranam. Yatha Shiva tatha Devi, Yatha Devi tatha Shivaha, Tasmat Abheda Buddhyaiva. Abheda Buddhyaiva. There is no difference between them. Two people are not there, two entities are not there. Only one entity is there. They take two different forms. To us, they look like two different people, two different entities, but actually they are one. Abheda buddhyaiva, tasmad abheda buddhyaiva, shiveti kathayantu mam. That is why Uma is called Shiva. That is what Linga Purana says. Now, Shiva also has got further meanings. She gives Shanti. She gives quietness to all our worries. That is another meaning of Shiva. Another meaning of Shiva is granter of moksha. Shiva is one who grants moksha. That is also given in Puranam. Shiva mukti samakhyata yoginam mokshadayini. Shiva mukti samakhyata. Mukti itself is called Shiva and she gives moksha to deserving people, yogis. Swadhina Vallabha. Swadhina Vallabha means she is having her beloved Shiva, Vallabha means her beloved Shiva, under her control, Swadhina, who is, Shiva is subservient to her. Now this doesn't mean that Shiva is subservient to Devi. It only means they are not different from each other. This we have seen before. That is why right in the very first shloka of Saundarya Lahari, he says, Shiva Shaktya-yukto yadi bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum. He says, so only if he is united with Shakti, he is able to even move. So that is what the meaning of Swadhina Vallabha is. Another meaning of Swadhina Vallabha is that she confers blessings on girls who want to marry for attaining good husbands. Swadhina Vallabha. That means she is giving blessings to girls, for marriageable age girls, for attaining good husbands. Now, Devi Bhagavatam, there are two at least instances where Devi has showered her blessings on two instances of girls. One is Sukanya, who is the consort of Kshavana Rishi. Sukanya, consort of Kshavana Rishi, she got into trouble. We will not go into the story. She got into some trouble with Ashwini Devatas, and Ashwini Devatas put her to some tests. Ultimately, Ashwini Devatas formed three forms, in which one was Kshavana Rishi, another two were Ashwini Devatas, and all the three were looking like Kshavana Rishi. Now she had to choose the right Kshavana Rishi. This was the test. So ultimately she passed the test because of Devi's grace. She chose the appropriate Kshavana Rishi out of the three forms. So this is the beauty, this is the blessing. Similarly, Indrani, the consort of Indra. Indra became invisible. He went and hid himself inside the lake in the Amaravati Pattanam. Inside there is a lake. There he went and hid himself inside a lotus stem. He hid himself because there was a trouble for him. He had got a bad name. He wanted to escape scrutiny of other people. So full of shame, so he went and hid himself. So at that time, how to find him? He was invisible. So Devi granted that blessing to Indrani, because Indrani worshipped Devi, and Devi sent a messenger and that messenger, a female messenger, took Indrani to that tank and showed Indra. And Indra came, and then the story goes further. So these are at least two instances where Devi helped people to find her husband. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Rukmini, how Rukmini attains Krishna by performing ritualistic worship in Katyayani temple. She goes to Katyayani temple the day before marriage. She worships the Katyayani, and then she gets Krishna as her husband. So that Bhagavatam also says this. So this is Swadhina Vallabha. Sumeru Madhya Shringatha. Now this is the location of Sripuram where Devi resides. Sumeru is the Meru mountain. The peak, Shringa is the peak. The central peak on the top of Sumeru mountain, that is where Sripuram is located. That is what he says here. But actually, this is one description of Sripuram. This is given by Durvasa in Lalitha Sahasranama. Lalitha Sahasranama, also known as Arya Dvishati. There, he is talking about three peaks on the top of Sumeru. One is for Brahma, another is for Vishnu, another is for Seva. Three peaks. And the fourth peak, the central peak, height of 400 yojanas. One yojana is 13 kilometers. 400 yojanas height. This Sripuram is located on that peak. This is what he says, Durvasa says. That is Sumeru Madhya Shringatha. This is also mentioned in other Puranas. Sriman Nagara Nayika. Sriman Nagara. Sripura is, that is why it's called Sripura. Very glorious, very splendid Sripuram. She is the head of that place. Now Sripuram, just now we saw it is on the top of the Meru mountain. Now there is another Sripuram also described in Rudra Yamalam. There it says, it is outside all Brahmandas, there is an ocean of Amrita ocean, and there is this Manidvipa in that Amrita ocean. And inside that Manidvipa, you find the Sripura. That is the description given in Rudra Yamalam. The same description occurs on top of the Meru mountain in the other case. So there are two places mentioned for Sripura in our Purana. Then Sriman Nagara Nayika also can mean Sri Chakra. Sri Chakra, where Devi is invoked and worshipped. That Sri Chakra is also a Sriman Nagara only. Sriman Nagara Nayika. Now in the Sripuram, there is a beautiful description in these Puranas, particularly in Devi Bhagavatam as well as in Durvasa, Lalitha Sahasranama. He says there are 25 prakaras outside the Chintamani Griha. Outside the Chintamani Griha, there are 25 prakaras, outer circuits. Those 25 circuits represent 25 tattvas, and they are made of various metals and various gems. This list is going like this. First one is iron, next is steel, next is copper, next is lead, next is panchaloha, next is silver, next is gold, next is pushparaga. See, the value goes on increasing. Started with iron and then it goes on increasing. As you go inside, as you approach the Devi, the value goes on increasing. Pushparaga, then Padmaraga, then Gomedaka, then diamond, then Vaiduryam, then Indranila, then pearl, then Maragata, then coral, then Navaratna, then Nana Ratna. After Navaratna, you have Nana Ratna, many types of Ratna. Then the metals and jewels stop here. We have not completed 25. There are 7 more. Those 7 more are Tattvas. They are neither metals nor jewels. The first 4 are Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankara. These are the 4 Antakkaranas we have seen before. Like we have Bhashyakaranas, we have 4 Antakkaranas. Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankara. We have seen this before. Now those Tattvas are there. That means She is the one who controls those tattvas. Then the last three are Surya, Chandra, and Manmatha. The tejas of these divinities, Surya, Chandra, and Manmatha. This constitutes the 25 outer circuits. Then after that, you go to Chintamani Grihantatha. That is where Devi's residence is there. Now, what is Chintamani? Chintamani is something which grants all desires. It is available in Devaloka. That is what we hear from various Puranas. The same Chintamani, there is only one Chintamani in Devaloka, but here there are, the whole building is constructed out of Chintamani stones. Chintamani Griha. The building is constructed, the bricks are made of Chintamani. And Chintamani not only grants all desires, it also has the power of attraction. It can attract. It has the power of attraction. That is Chintamani. Then another meaning of Chintamani is it is a storehouse, all mantras which grant all desires. What is Chintamani? Chintamani is the granter of desire, isn't it? Now, not only it grants desire, it also stores mantras because Devi is the abode of all mantras. So, Chintamani Griha is the storehouse of all mantras which are capable of granting all desires, reservoir of mantras. That is Chintamani Griha. So, then Pancha Brahmasana Sthita. This we have seen when we were seeing Saundarya Lahari, how the seat of Devi, the cot on which she is seated, has got 4 legs. The 4 legs are Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Ishana. These are the 4 legs. Then there is a 5th one, which is the plank or the top, the plank or the spread, whatever you call it, on the top, on which Devi is seated. That is Sadashiva. So these 5, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Ishana, who are the 4 legs, and Sadashiva, who is the top spread, they are called Pancha Brahmas, on which Devi is seated. That is her seat. And on the top of this Sadashiva spread, Devi is seated on Kameshwara's lap. Kameshwara is seated on that spread, and on the lap of Kameshwara, Kameshwari is seated. That is the description given in all Granthas. Now, these Pancha Brahmas, because they are all emanating from Devi only, they are all children of Devi, that is why they are called Pancha Brahmas. They are not ordinary people, they are emanations of Devi. So that is why they are called Pancha Brahmas. They are also called Pancha Pretas. There is a reference to Pancha Pretas later on in LALITHA SAHASRANAMA. They become Pretas, lifeless bodies, if they go away from Devi's grace. That is the indirect meaning of that. Now, these legs are being described in Purana, these 4, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Rudra, and Ishana. Their legs are, how they are legs, you know? They are normally caught legs on top and bottom, and they are the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Ishana at the center. The Devas' forms are at the center, and top and bottom, they look like legs. This is the description given. Why they take the form of legs? They take the form of legs because they want to be constantly near Devi, close to Devi. They thought this is the best way of serving Devi. If you are seated there as legs, there is no way you can displace them. So they will be constantly there. That is their idea, serving Devi. Sarva Runanavadyangi Sarva Bharana Bhushita Shiva Kameshwarankatha Shiva Swadhina Vallabha Sumeru Madhya Sangatha Srimannagara Nayika Chintamani Grihantatha Pancha Brahmasanasthita.
महापद्माटवी संस्था कदम्ब वनवासिनी सुधासागर मध्यस्था कामाक्षी कामदायिनी देवर्षिगण संघात स्तूयमान आत्मवैभवा भंडासुरवधोत्युक्त शक्तिसेना समन्विता.
Mahapadmatavi Samstha. She is situated in a forest. Atavi means forest. A forest of large lotuses. Mahapadmatavi. There is a forest of large lotuses around her Chintamani Griha. Now, this also can mean, there is one more meaning. This, of course, refers to Sripuram, where we have seen two locations of Sripuram. In both the locations, this Mahapadmatavi is there. And there is another indirect reference to the top of the head of the yogi, Brahmarandhram. We have seen this before. Sahasradala, Sahasrara, Chakra. We have seen before. That Sahasradala Chakra on the top of the head, which is also known as Brahmarandhram. It is also known as Dvadashantam. Several names are there. That Sahasradala Padma is what is being referred to here as Mahapadmatavi. There is one reference to that, because that is where Devi is situated there, giving her blessing. Kadamba Vanavasini. She is also, the Chintamani Griha is also located in a Kadamba forest. Now, this Kadamba forest is around a Mani Mandapam, which is around the Chintamani Griha. First is Chintamani Griha, then there is a Mani Mandapa, then around that Mani Mandapa, you have this Kadamba forest, Kadamba Vanam. Outside of the Kadamba Vana, you have this Mahapadmatavi. That is the way it is described. Sudha Sagara Madhyastha. The entire, we saw 25 outer circuits, etc., etc. All of them are located on what is called Manidvipa. And that Manidvipa is located in Sudha Sagara. This is ocean of Amrita, in the middle of Sudha Sagara. Now, in Sahasrara Padma, Sahasradala Padma on the top of the head, that is also a Sudha Sagara. Sudha Sagara Madhyastha refers to that also. Just as we saw Mahapadmatavi refers to that, Sudha Sagara Madhyastha also can refer to that, because there is a Chandra Mandala there, and Chandra Mandala, that Bindusthana where Devi is located, is having a Chandra Mandala which is equivalent to Sudha Sagara, because Chandra Mandala is full of Amrita. We have seen that before. That yogi is showered with Amrita when the Kundalini Shakti reaches the Sahasra Dala Padma, where Devi unites with Shiva, and there is a shower of Amrita that goes to all the 24,000 nadis of the body. That's what we saw earlier. That is the reference here. This has got a reference even in Veda. Yovaitam Brahmano Veda Amritena Vritam Purim. Veda says this. Amritena Avritam Purim. The city is surrounded by Amrita. That is mentioned even in Veda. So one who knows this Brahma, Parabrahma, that is Parashakti, who is located there. Yovaitam Brahmano Veda Amritena Vritam Purim. Tasmai Brahma cha Brahma cha Ayus Kirtim Prajam Daduhu. To that yogi, Ayus, Kirti, Praja, etc. automatically come. They are all blessed by that Parashakti as well as Brahma. Now Brahma also is required because Brahma is the creator. So Parashakti as Brahma cha Brahma. Kamakshi. Kamakshi, we have seen plenty. The whole of 500 slokas of Mokha Panchashati are on Kamakshi. Kamakshi means one who fulfills the desires of the devotee by her sidelong glance. Akshi means eyes, glance, and who fulfills the desires. The direct meaning. There are other meanings. Other meanings are one who has beautiful eyes, Kama Akshi. Or one who has Kameshwara as the eye of the eye, Kama Akshi. Kama is Kameshwara. Akshi means the eye of the eye is Kameshwara. Then another meaning is Ka refers to Saraswati, Ma refers to Lakshmi, and both her eyes are Lakshmi and Saraswati. Both of them are these eyes. Sarvajna Sakshi Bhavena Tattat Kaman Apurayat. Tadrishtva charitam devyaha brahma lokapitamaha kamakshi iti tasa name dadau kameshwari iti cha. This is what Brahmanda Puranam says. Brahmanda Puranam has got a lot of references on Devi, as you may be knowing. So there he says, Brahma is the one who gave this name, Kamakshi as well as Kameshwari. Both names were given by Brahma. Why? Tadrishtva charitam devyaha. He saw this. What did he saw? Sarvajna sakshi bhavena tattat kamana purayate. She is like a sakshi, permanently witnessing all the jivas, and she is granting all their desires. That is why Tattat Kaman Apurayate. That is why he gave the name of Kamakshi as well as Kameshwari. This is what he said. Next is Kama Dayini. Kama Dayini, the obvious meaning is one who grants the desire. Kaman Dadati, Kama Dayini. But actually it can have other meaning. Kama can mean Kameshwara. That means she grants Kameshwara to the devotee. That means Jnana to the devotees. And if you want Shiva through Kameshwari, she gives Shiva. That is the meaning. Another very beautiful indirect meaning has been given by commentators. Now, Dayam is a property inherited traditionally from parents. That is called Dayam in Sanskritam and also some local languages. The traditional inheritance from parents is called Dayam. Now, he says Kameshwara, Kama meaning Kameshwara. Kameshwara is a Dayam which she has been traditionally inheriting from her parents. Like whenever she took birth in Himavan's place, she got Kameshwara. When she took birth in Daksha Prajapati's house, she got Kameshwara. So she gets Kameshwara as Dayam, as paternal inheritance wherever she takes birth. This is another indirect beautiful meaning. This is how poets have enjoyed it. Deva Shigana was the group of rishis together. Gana means the group together, the association of that group, the complete group. Suyamana Atma Vaibhava. They always come and praise the glory of Devi. This is the direct meaning. There are again other meanings. Vaibhava can mean not just glory or splendor, it can also mean Vibhutva. Vibhu means all pervading, pervading everywhere. So that is being praised. You are all pervading. That is the praise given by Devas and Rishis. Now, the Devas and Rishis have been interpreted as Devas like Brahma, Rishis like Vasishtha, Deva Rishis like Narada, Devarishi Gana, and Gana is like Aditya and other Ganas. So, like this, various interpretations are given. They all come and praise Devi. Now, when you say praise Devi, Devi is different from them. Devi is an outside entity. No, not necessarily. Atma Vaibhava, that is another meaning. Their own Atma, because they are not ordinary people, they are all great people, not ordinary humans. So they are able to see Devi inside their Atma, Suyamana Atma Vaibhava. Atma is Lalita Devi for these Devas and Rishis. Because that is what Agni Puranam says beautifully. Swatmaiva Devata Prokta Lalita Vishwavigraha. Swatmaiva Devata Prokta. Their own Devata inside their Atma. They don't have to see it outside. Lalita Vishwavigraha. Because she is everywhere. She is also inside our Atma. Vishwavigraha. She is everywhere. The whole universe is her manifestation. Our Atma is also her manifestation. So Devas and Rishis are able to perceive Devi in their own Atma. This is, and they praise her accordingly. Suyamana. Bhanda Suravadhodyukta Shakti Sena Samanvita. We have seen how Bhandasura came into being. Bhandasura came into being because of Rudra Kopa. Manmatha got burnt. Manmatha's ashes, Ganapati and other devas, they wanted to give life to that ashes. So they made a form, a human type form out of the ashes, and they showed it to Shiva. Shiva looked at it, but he looked at it with anger, because they are the ashes of Manmata, whom he had reduced to ashes. No? So he looked at it with anger, and out of that look, Bhandasura was born from those ashes. So this is what it says. Rudra Kopa Nala Jato Yato Bhando Mahabalaha Tatmat Raudra Svabhavascha Danavascha Bhavat Tataha. This is what Lalitopakyanam itself says. Hayagriva's advice, Upadesha to Agastya. Rudra Kopanala Jata. Because of the fire of the anger of Rudra, this Bhanda was born. That is why he also became Asura, and he became Raudra Svabhava, very cruel nature. Now, all Shaktis, Shakti Sena, all Shaktis, you will find lot of Shaktis, lot of Devis emanating from Devi's form. Only one Devi came out from the Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. Only Lalita Devi came. And after that, when Lalita Devi was praised by Devas and they pleaded with her for elimination of this Bhandasura, immediately she gave rise to so many Shaktis, the Shakti Sena, army of Shaktis. And they were all very keen, Bhandasura Vadha Udyukta. They were all very keen on killing Bhandasura. That is the motivation, inspiration given by Devi, so they became very keen. Now, this has got an internal meaning also. Bhandasura refers to our ahankara, ego. And Devi employs an army of Shaktis for destroying our ego once we fall at her feet. Once we catch hold of her feet, she employs not just herself, she employs different methods to kill our ego. That is the meaning. Shakti Sena. Bhandasura Vadhodyukta Shakti Sena Samanvita. Mahapadmatavi Samstha Kadamba Vanavasini Sudhasagara Madhyastha Kamakshi Kamadayini Devarshi Gana Sanghata Suyaman Atma Vaibhava Bhandasuravadhodyukta Shakti Sena Samanvita. We stop for today now. We continue next week at 7 p.m. IST as usual, on Saturdays in Tamil and Sundays in, Saturdays in English and Sundays in Tamil as usual. If there are any questions, we will see those questions and then we will close for the day.
If anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask questions. Guruji, I don't think we have any questions.
Huh?
I don't think we have any questions.
You don't
Nobody.
think? Okay. So we close for the day. We meet again next Saturday. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Sri Lalita Parameshwarye Jaya Jaya.